Howdy there, folks of YouTube. I've had a couple requests to do a video on the Sidney Lathe, and this video isn't meant to be comprehensive, but I'll go over some of the aspects of it. Of course, it is a Sidney 16-inch lathe made in Sidney, Ohio by the Sidney Tool Company. And you look here, the build date on this machine, come here and zoom in, Evan. The build date on this machine is 6/16/44, and this was actually commissioned by the U.S. government for the Army. As you can see right here, this sticker has some ugly paint over it, but it says this machine conforms to the orders of the War Production Board. And basically, these Sidney lathes, from what I've gathered, were built to go on battleships. Make sure you got it. We're built to go on battleships and ships, you know, that participated in the wars. And they were built very sturdy with these big bases and generous castings, so that as the tides and the waves bounce the ships through the water, the beds wouldn't twist. And any good machinist knows that if a bed is unlevel, then you're going to be turning at a taper. And so these were built extra heavy to keep that from happening. Now, it's got a 7.5-inch motor, 7.5 horsepower motor, and I'm starting it with a 5-horse phase converter that I built over here. That's the MSD ignition box. It's the controls for this bad boy. You can see it in another video. But a lot of people say you have to have a motor twice the size of the motor you're running, and I just don't think that's true, because it starts up kind of slow, but it does start. Yeah, that's an extra slow start. Once it gets running and everything kind of gets loose, it starts up a lot quicker. This machine uses herringbone gears, and as you can hear as I engage the clutch, they're pretty quiet. And of course it has all your typical features, you know, power feed and whatnot, which is not engaged right now. I got to move this lever to engage the power feed. And there we go. Now we're feeding in under power. Alright, kill it. So we're going to do a quick little operation on the Sidney here. And we got to make a bushing to press these bearings onto a 10-volt carrier. And it looks like if I turn this piece of pipe down to 2 1/8, then that'll work good. Let's see what we got here. So we're starting with 2 3/8, 2.375. So, well, first off, we'll face it. Probably could use a little bit more speed. Alright. That end's faced, so now I should have just, oops, I don't know why I grabbed that. I should have left a little bit more out, and then I wouldn't have to turn it around. But now I'm going to have to turn it around and face this end. And then I'll go on and turn it down to 2 1/4. So here we go. I'm going to give it a little more speed. 322. Alright, I'm going to do a quick little, I know this isn't exactly the appropriate turning tool for this application, but this is just a rough part anyway. So I'm going to give it a little less angle. And now we'll make a little skimming cut. Plenty far. I'll go on and zero this out. Alright. So now I can measure where I'm at, which is 1.341, which means I need to go another 1/10 of an inch in, and we'll check again. So one round. Well, I think that's too much. Okay. And that puts us at 1.252, which is still a little bit big. Alright, we're at 2.152, so we just need to go in another 12.5. And that did it. So I hope you enjoyed the little video on the Sidney lathe, and sorry this wasn't a more professional turning operation, but sometimes you just got to do some rough stuff.